Hey everyone, welcome back to The Starving Artist. In our last episode, we made this really awesome budget pork tonkatsu ramen. We had a little bit of the pork left over, so we're going to go ahead and put it to good use now. I've been watching a lot of field days recently and was kind of inspired to take some of the things that I see in some of his videos and try and make just a pretty simple thing at home when I can't go catch and cook. Alright, let's get into it. Yeah, doggies. Alright, so we know we're using pork. Went ahead and picked out some seasonings here, very common stuff. Soy sauce, coconut milk, a few different types of pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Old Bay is a secret there. Yeah, some people think it's only for seafood, but it's not. It can be used on anything. And if you don't have Old Bay, you can use ground paprika, red pepper, and salt instead. If you have celery salt, that works too. Here's our rice. We're going to go ahead and also put some soy sauce and some coconut milk in the rice. Season it up a little bit, get it nice and tasty. Alright, about a tablespoon of soy sauce per side. Flip it. Some more soy sauce. Let's give it a good old rubbing. Don't be shy now. And then let's get our seasonings ready after this. We're going to do about a teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of Old Bay, 1 teaspoon cayenne pepper. I'm going to pat down all those seasonings, get them nice and stuck on, and flip it. Alright, and we're just going to go ahead and repeat the same steps, season this again. You can skip ahead if you want, or if you keep watching, you'll see me spill a bunch of Old Bay on the top accidentally. I had to clean it off after. Bay. Yeah, let's try that again. You can always add more pepper if you like to. It's a very personal thing. I like mine a little bit spicy. And pat that thing down. So our next step is to wash the rice. This is going to help make it not so starchy and sticky. It's going to give the grains a little bit of independency once they're done cooking, especially since we're going to add a little bit of coconut milk. This is 1 cup of rice, by the way. Next step is to grab a pot, and we're going to add 2 cups of water to the pot. And yes, I am using a whiskey glass as a cup measurement. Trust me, it checks out. Alright, next thing you want to do is get your coconut milk, open it up, get ready. We're going to add probably about 1/3 of the can. I think I added a little bit more in this recipe. It's okay, as long as you don't use more than half. You want to turn your pot on too, start letting this get up to temperature. And then save the rest of the coconut milk for the pork. Let's season this up a bit. Let's get a tablespoon of Old Bay in there. About a tablespoon of soy sauce, give it a little bit more flavor. Teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And our mixture is boiling now, so we're going to add the rice. And then give it a good mixing. And once you're done mixing it, we're going to reduce the heat, put a lid on it, and let it sit for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, let's get a frying pan and add about a tablespoon of oil to the pan on high heat. And then put our pork into the frying pan. And sear this for about 2 minutes on each side. After 2 minutes, it should get these really nice dark brown colors, and we're going to let it sear for another 2 minutes on high. After that, flip it again, and then reduce the heat to low. Let it sit on the low heat for 2 minutes per side again. When it's done, go ahead and set it on a plate, let it sit for a little bit. It won't be completely done, but that's okay. We've got this stuff to work with, and we're going to cook it a little bit more. So we're going to turn the heat onto a brisk medium high, and then we're going to add in our coconut milk. Let's get our seasonings now too. About 2 teaspoons of Old Bay, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, a tablespoon of soy sauce. You're going to mix all that together and let it get nice and bubbly. In the meantime, you can chop up your pork into small bits and get ready for the coconut milk. We're going to go ahead and add it in here. Make sure you get all those juices. Trust me, it's delicious. Give it a good mix in, let this raise in temperature, and cook the pork all the way through. This was really hard to do with one hand. let's get a lid and put this on medium-low heat for 5 minutes. Let it simmer nice and warm. Our rice is looking good. I actually stirred it a little bit before I opened this, but let's give it a little bit more of a stir just to make sure all the milk mixes in. We're going to give it another 2 minutes after the 20. Now we're going to bounce back over to the pork. It smells delicious, looks great. Give it a little bit more of a stir. Make sure it cooks all the way through. This is done, so now I'm just going to let it sit on low while the rice finishes. So here's the rice. Once you're done, go ahead, just set it to the side, let it stand for like 5 minutes. The longer you let it sit, the better. Ooh, our pork is nice and steamy. Fogged up the camera. Yeah, doggies, looks delicious. Definitely seems like something you'd see on field days, minus the fish. So now everything's good. We're gonna go ahead and start to plate this up. I'm so hungry. Alright, all the liquids are absorbed. It's still a little creamy, but you can see the rice still has its independency. You could also add like mixed vegetables or all kinds of other things to this recipe. I just kept it really simple on this one. It's super open to experimentation. It's pretty easy, very common items. Definitely has a little bit of like a coconut curry texture. If you have any requests or anything that you want to see me make on a budget, go ahead and leave it in the comments. It was only a matter of time before this one showed up. Alright, the rice is usually super hot. I'm always super impatient. I always burn myself. But I hope you all enjoyed the recipe. Like and subscribe for some more.